Smartphones are faster than ever. Cameras have reached DSLR quality. AI is in everything. We talk to our devices, and they talk back. But in the middle of all that, here's a quiet reminder of another time. A time when things were simpler, cleaner, and maybe better in some ways. This is the Nokia C5. And yes, it still has a place in the world. The Nokia C5 was released in 2010, a phone that came right before the smartphone era exploded. It wasn't trying to replace your laptop. It wasn't a gaming device. And it didn't need 10 gigabytes of RAM to do its job. What it was, though, was practical, reliable, surprisingly smart for its time. And even now, it holds up in ways that today's phones can't match. The C5 had a clean and elegant design, small, pocketable, with a solid feel thanks to its metal back cover. The keypad? Classic Nokia, comfortable, responsive, and perfect for fast texting without even looking. In a world full of massive phones that barely fit in your hand, the Nokia C5 feels like a breath of fresh air. Lightweight, minimal, and built to last. And unlike today's fragile glass phones, this one could survive drops, scratches, and the chaos of everyday life without needing a case. Now let's talk about what made the C5 stand out in its day. Running on Symbian S60, it had features that, back then, felt futuristic. GPS with free OV maps, email and calendar support, Facebook and messaging apps, a 3.2 megapixel camera with LED flash, more than enough for capturing life's little moments. It even supported 3G, something rare for classic Nokias. In short, the Nokia C5 wasn't dumb, it was smart, just not overloaded. It gave you enough without taking over your life. So, here's the question. Can you still use the Nokia C5 in 2025? Surprisingly, yes. For basic tasks like calling, texting, setting reminders, and even using offline GPS, it still works perfectly. The battery life? Outstanding. Days of standby. Hours of talk time. But more importantly, it offers something that modern smartphones don't. Freedom. No constant notifications, no endless scrolling, no distractions. Just the essentials. And sometimes that's all we need. People are starting to realize that. That's why we see a growing trend of digital minimalism. People going back to phones like the C5 to take control of their time again. The Nokia C5 is more than just a device. It's a memory. A memory of simpler times. Of physical buttons. Of typing real messages. Not just reacting with emojis. Of phones that felt personal. Not like tiny computers watching your every move. It reminds us that not everything needs to be smart, connected, or complicated. Sometimes, the smartest move is to disconnect, even just for a little while. So here, in 2025, while the world races toward the future, the Nokia C5 quietly reminds us where we came from, and maybe what we've lost along the way. A phone that simply works, that respects your time, that lasts. This is the Nokia C5, and it's still standing. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, leave a like, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more tech nostalgia and deep dives into the devices that shaped our digital lives.